Did D-Rose 600, which is King Von close friend, did he really slide open the door and get the blicking? Blah, 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 blah. That's what he was charged with a murder for. The feds actually say he was involved in several murders. Blah, 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 blah. Another murder. Blah, 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 blah. Another shooting. Blah, 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 blah. The feds say this young man was involved in a lot of wild, crazy shit. We're going to talk about that. Hit the like button. It helped with the algorithms. You don't got to send me no donations. That feels like a finesse. You want to support me, you hit the like button. It helped with the algorithms. A lot of people be able to see this. And we can put an end to some of the rumors because D-Rose's name been floating on the internet this last week. People posting him, saying he ain't tell nothing and all kind of shit. So let's make sure a lot of people see this video. Hit the like button. That's all I ask for. Now let's jump right into it. D-Rose 600. Is he really locked up for a murder he didn't commit? Everybody been saying that, man. I'm talking about every rapper who done been in the culture and spoke on D-Rose 600. People say this guy's serving a 40-year something prison sentence for keeping his mouth closed. He the definition of real, you know what I'm saying? That's what some people say. I don't know if that's honest truth, if that's real. A lot of people feel like criminal activities mean you real, so I'm not really sure about that. What I can say is the brother is locked up for a long time, and a lot of people have said that he innocent. You got to remember, in this culture, people get credit for being a fucking gorilla, and nobody is giving him that, which makes me believe it might be true that he didn't kill anyone. I'm not saying he didn't, I wasn't there, but normally people take this credit. After years done passed and you done been convicted, people start talking about, man, don't be playing with motherfuckers. Shit, that's what happens when you play with niggas. People are adamant that D-Rose 600 didn't do this. He locked up right now because he was around the incident. He might have been there, but he kept his mouth closed. He wasn't the shooter. He wasn't the guy that pulled up on him like this. That's what they saying, and I find that crazy as hell. A lot of people have said that. Breezy. You see Bezu in the comments. We done heard Dirk. We done heard E-Day. We done heard some of the biggest rappers say D-Rose 600 don't belong in there. He in there because of his reputation. I can believe that to a certain extent. He did have an extensive reputation. Remember, not only was he charged and convicted of the murder of Venzel, which was like a teenager, like 15, 16 years old, something like that. They say D-Rose seen him, walking out of a store, past the store. He was in a van. He slid the door open, got the blicking and shit like that. As crazy as that sounds. In the court trials and that paperwork, you wouldn't believe this, but C-Day and Rondo name came up in Venzel court thing. Now, I'm not saying they was there. They had something to do with it, but their names are in the transcripts. I think the feds believe that the car that they used was a car that they seen Rondo and them in before. I could be wrong, but their name are in the transcripts. Not only that, D-Rose was questioned in a murder of a guy named Lil JoJo, Joseph Coleman. We all know him, the famous rapper from Chicago with the hit song BDK. He was actually questioned about homicide in that murder. His name got the buzzing on the internet. People got to saying D-Rose 600 was involved in that death. I'm not 100% sure if that's the truth, but that's what a lot of people say. Not only do a lot of people say that, he was actually brought into a police station and questioned by homicide authorities about that murder of Lil JoJo. I guess they didn't have a lot of evidence or anything like that, so he was released and let go. But that news is stamped. It's in paperwork. It's on the internet. He was questioned about JoJo murder. He's locked up for Venzel murder. The feds, the FBI just recently released some paperwork, an LBG Duck case that got D-Rose's name in it too. D-Rose ain't part of that case, but it says that D-Rose and T-Roy killed somebody back in the day by the name of Squirrel, which was like a member of Jarrow City. And they saying D-Rose went through that bitch and blah, 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 sprayed again, So this guy has a history of the police believing he involved in murders. Just imagine all the shootings he probably was questioned about. You know what I'm saying? Real close with King Von. Like a lot of people say D-Rose was King Von before King Von was King Von. He was the guy everybody was shouting out in songs. Think about this. For Keith to be the godfather of drill, for him to be shouting your name out in songs, you must be really about that shit. Because you really only hear Keith shouting out Odie. He shout out D-Rose. You don't really hear Keith shouting out people like King Von or anything like that. You don't really post Von. Not saying he don't love Von, but I don't think the internet is made for Keith anymore. Keith don't move for the internet no more. He's not doing things for clout or to go viral. They just go viral for some strange reason. But I think D Rose had that reputation of being very strong. He was an aggressor, even though he was short and young. Think about it, the shortest ones, Rondo and D Rose, seemed like the most aggressive ones, in my opinion. I remember D Rose going viral in videos of them like riding on bikes, him and King Von, them beating somebody up, taking their Timberland boots and shit like that. So this guy always been known to go viral. People say he was a shooter. He didn't really play games or anything like that. But they say he was locked up for a murder of a guy named Venzel. I actually talked to people close to Venzel, like Flame from JHE. He was real cool with Venzel. Bubba from Taekwondo World was real cool with him. And a lot of people say the same thing. They don't know about all that. They don't want to talk about that D-Rose shit. Even Lil Bubba said free him. And I don't know if he said that in a slick way, like I'm gonna get his ass when he gets free, or if he said that like he ain't the person supposed to be locked up for this case. I'm not really sure. I just know it's a love affection for guys like D-Rose and King Von. That's why I did this video. Because people ask me everyday truth. What's up with D-Rose 600, man? What's up with him? I had an opportunity to interview D-Rose 600 while he was locked up. His family reached out to me, and I got a chance to talk to him. And he seemed like he was in good spirits. He did tell me at that time that his bond was only $100,000. And I took that as, damn. It's a lot of guys, rich that could have came and got you for that 100,000. He even said it. I was like, dude, is you still in contact with some of the guys like Keith and Dirk? He said, my bond was only $100,000. I don't know if he had beef with them or if at one of the moments he was just feeling a little froggy. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like that sometimes while he locked up. I don't think it was no hard feelings against them. I just think he was pissed at that moment. But like I say, he's charged with the murder of a guy in Chicago on the south side named Venzel from a gang rival neighborhood. I think he was convicted. I think he's going to do about 40-some years. He's been locked up for a while already. So that's all I can pretty much tell you about him. I know he's rapping right now. I wish he would have put that energy that he put into rapping while he locked up. I wish he would have did that while he was out, because his name is big as hell. I think every video he would have dropped would have did 1 million views, all kind of things like that. But unfortunately, people gravitate to the streets. These streets grab you, and you be stuck with this shit. You start living that life, catching that lingo, keeping them guns on you, wearing them bitches like dunks and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's something about this culture out here where young people want to kill people, and it's just very confusing. But D-Rose is serving like a 40-some year sentence for the murder of a guy named Venzel Richardson. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, man. Hit the like button on this. Let this video go to the top. Because a lot of people say D-Rose didn't kill nobody, I'm not sure. The information says that he killed someone. When you look at the feds reports, the police reports, not only did they say D-Rose killed somebody, he was pointed out in the eye lineup. He was pointed out by witnesses that said it was him. Actually, some of the friends of Venzel, some people who were with Venzel. I'm not going to name names. We didn't see shit come out on the internet of people saying it was certain people. But I'm just saying, it was a couple of Venzel friends that named D-Rose as the shooter. He was pointed out in a lineup, picture circled, and all kind of shit. So it's going to be hard to beat that information. When you got that kind of evidence, you got to have double the evidence to beat that shit, man. People just don't want to go to trials. There's something about being on stands and trials that people don't want to do. So, did he kill somebody? I'm not sure. He had a history. He had a background. That's what he had a background as. But did he really kill somebody? I don't know. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's tell me the truth. Blah, blah, blah.